Today we're going to be reading a story called The Saga of Pecos Bill by Anthony D. Fredericks. As you read dramas or plays, you should use your senses to help you visualize what happens in the story. As we use our sight, smell, hearing, taste, and touch, it helps us create pictures in our mind. Here you can see our anchor chart on visualizing. This chart explains how authors include details to connect to our senses. These details make a story come to life by helping readers see, smell, hear, touch, and feel what's happening. Visualizing is a good strategy to use by asking ourselves questions about the text. As you can see, here are some questions that we might ask ourselves when using the skill visualizing. What do I see in my mind? What would I smell? What would I hear? What would I taste? And what would I feel? As we begin reading the story, The Saga of Pecos Bill, I want you to think about how would you use this skill visualizing as you read. Before we begin reading the story, The Saga of Pecos Bill, let's take a few minutes and think about the genre of the story. In your book on page 304 and 305, you'll see the prepare to read for The Saga of Pecos Bill. This page tells us that this story is a drama or play that is performed for an audience. So when we're thinking about a play, these are the things that we should notice. Plays begin with a cast of characters. Authors of plays tell the story through its plot, or the events of the story, the problem, and the solution. Authors of plays often tell the story in a chronological order, or the order in which the events happen. And plays are made up of lines of dialogue or conversation. So as we think about the title and the genre of this text, this play is based on a tall tale about Pecos Bill. What do you already know about tall tales? What would you like to learn? As you're thinking about these questions, write your answer in your My Book or on the HMH website. After you finish writing, you can see on page 304, again, our critical vocabulary for this story is genuine, saga, coiled, world, and tamed. And just to build a little bit of our knowledge about tall tales, let's spend just a few minutes thinking about what are the characteristics of tall tales. So tall tales are exaggerated stories that are hard to believe. A tall tale may be based on a real event, but over time the hero gets stronger, taller, or more amazing. Tall tales are often funny because the readers never know what to expect. Tall tales are a type of American folk literature. They may have had their start when pioneers had storytelling contests around their campfires. Each storyteller tried to make the story more outrageous. Popular tall tale characters include Pecos Bill, Johnny Appleseed, Paul Bunyan, and John Henry. Okay, so if we look at the cover page of the story, we can see the title again, The Saga of Pecos Bill, and we get a little bit more information about Pecos himself. It looks to me that Pecos Bill may be this character here in the center of this wagon. So as we're looking at this first illustration, make some predictions about what you think might happen in the story. I'm already thinking that this story probably takes place in the past because I can see here they're riding in a wagon and they have a lot of farm animals it looks like that they're taking with them. And I also am wondering about the amount of family members he has. It looks like he has a really large family, and I wonder if that'll take some part of the story. So as we begin to read, start thinking about what this story may be about. As you turn to page 306 and 307, you're going to start reading the play, The Saga of Pecos Bill. As we start looking at these two pages, I can see here there's some notes for me before I start reading. It tells me that the staging, the four narrators should all be seated on stools or high chairs. They should each have their scripts on a music stand or lectern. The other characters, some of whom only have a few lines, may be standing or walking around the staging area. I can also see here a list of characters. There are four narrators. There's Pa, Ma, Cowboy 1, Pecos Bill, Mountain Lion, and Cowboy 2. As we begin this play, you can see the first line is written by or written for narrator 1. And if you'll read and follow along with me. Now, as you all know, Texas is a pretty big state. In fact, it is the biggest state of them all, and because it's such a big state, it has big heroes. And the biggest of all these heroes was Pecos Bill, the king of the cowboys. So I go back to thinking about the characteristics of a tall tale. I can already start seeing some of these elements starting to take place. It mentions here that Pecos Bill was the biggest of all the heroes in Texas, and he's even been given the name the King of the Cowboys. Okay, the next line is the second narrator's part. It says, "You see, Pecos Bill wasn't originally from Texas. No, sir. He was from somewhere back east, from a family of 15 or 20 kids. In fact, there were so many kids in the family that the parents just didn't remember all of the names of all the children." Narrator 3. "Well, as I heard it, Bill wanted a teddy bear just like any other kid, but 'cause his family was so poor they couldn't afford a teddy bear just for Bill. So he decided to go out and get his own. So one day he crawled out of his crib and into the woods. There he found a genuine grizzly bear, which he wrapped up in his arms and took on home. Seems like Bill was going to be a little different from everyone else." Again, I can see the characteristics of a tall tale really coming through in this story. This grand event here, saying that Bill was able to go out and find himself a genuine or real grizzly bear, is an event that wouldn't normally happen unless the story was a tall tale. So as you're reading the story, remember we're practicing the skill of visualizing. So as you're reading, paint pictures in your mind of what you might see, taste, hear, or smell. And I hope you enjoy reading the story, The Saga of Pecos Bill.